Hey there, it's Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out Serendipity by Spitfire Audio. Serendipity is a piano book creation, and this library has been created by Joshua Meltzer. Serendipity is all about beauty and randomness, and there are 40 different instruments ranging from auto harp to music box, kalimba to pedal steel guitar, and these instruments have ways to be manipulated with a step sequencer or have some random elements thrown in. I'm all about happy accidents. A lot of my music uses these beautiful happy accidents, or when something doesn't go quite right, I leave it in there. And Serendipity actually invokes this random nature to your compositions, but everything sounds absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. Serendipity downloads at 4.77 gigabytes, and it requires the free Kontakt Player. It is also NKS compatible, and it is on sale over at Spitfire Audio for £99. What we're going to do in this video is check out the content of Serendipity, and then I've thrown it into a 1-hour composition challenge. Before we go any further, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Spitfire Audio for sending over a copy of Serendipity so we can make this video. As ever, the instruments are sent to us for free. However, it does not influence our thoughts, ideas or judgments on the library. That is purely up to our experience working and discovering these libraries. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. And here we have Serendipity loaded up in the Native Instruments Complete Control Player. Now, I've got to present this video in DAW mode because depending which instruments you select, the GUI will change, and we're going to jump around quite a lot. So I've started off with a grid instrument. So there are two types of instruments. We have the grids, which you can see in front of us, and then we have the pads. So we're going to start off with music boxes. Okay, so quite magical and a really lovely combination of organic sound with a few little bits of randomness in there as well. Okay, now if we filter on the left hand side, we can see all of our presets here. So there's a lot of instruments to play through. If I just click piano and keys, start off with, we can load up different instruments. And you can hear there are some different elements creeping in to the instrument. So let's just talk about what is going on within the instrument. So we have these different layers, and you can see when we hit the first position, it triggers granular 1. And you can hear that going on. Nothing on 2, so it's just our indie lullaby sound. But then the ukulele tenor comes in there, and then we have lazy pan on the next hit. Okay, sounds lovely. So when you're playing your melodies, it triggers these random elements, and you can change what these are as well. So I'm just going to do these, and you can move where they are and add more or less, completely up to you. Okay, I absolutely love it. And you can pan these elements left and right as well, which I'm just going to do. I'll leave that in the center. Sounds brilliant. Then on the left hand side, we can change the amount of steps we use, we can change the octaves we use and the speed. And if you click manual, it's going to change when you play it. If you play chords, it's going to change when you hold a chord. My favourite is the arpeggio, the arpeggiator. Essentially it's a sequencer. If I hold down A, So you get these absolutely gorgeous sequences. Absolutely brilliant. They can change the direction as well, which is lovely. And then on the right hand side, we have different pad controls. So you can change what's going on here, and you can change the level of the pad and obviously the main sounds and balance those up as well. And there are frequencies you can adjust as well, the high pass, low pass filters. Really, really simple instrument, but it sounds absolutely gorgeous. So let's listen to a couple more. So we've got Otherworldly. Sounds great. So I'm going to use a randomize button here. Sounds cool. And I love the pads. And let's just hear it as an arpeggio. Okay, sounds really, really haunting straight away. Of course, you can add different, more rows. Yeah, sounds cool. Let's go for the pan, so you can hear the pan. Again, absolutely enchanting. Lovely. And then we have two. Sounds lovely. Now, that is the piano in keys. If we go into pluck strings, we get a few more sort of playable instruments, but again, these happy accidents. I keep saying happy accidents, I mean more randomness, as it were. Random elements, but they fit. So I want to hear that as a sequence. Yeah, sounds lovely. Stump box. Some great stereo effects. Lovely. Let's just play something a bit higher. Yeah. Again, just as the arpeggio. Lovely stuff. And of course, you could adjust the volume as well, just within each little block. Yeah. Let's do one more. We'll do folk harmonics. Lovely. So that is the grid section of the library. Now, if you click on Soundscapes or SynthPad, you're actually going to see the same instruments. It's just the way it's categorized in Complete Control. So I'll stick to SynthPads. So if I just load up the first one, the GUI will change size, and it's called Piano Textures, and it sounds like this. Sounds gorgeous. So let's hear some more. So that's Dirty Waves guitar, and listen as I hold the chord down. That's the thing of beauty. Love it. Origin unknown. I'm just going to bring up the level in the Kontakt instrument. Again, absolutely gorgeous. The Glimmer pad. It's quite an ominous chord there. Love it. Warped tape pedal steel pad. Yeah, these are gorgeous. Let's just do one more. So E-Bass Symphony. It's absolutely stunning. Now, the controls are really, really straightforward. So you have your ADSR controls. So if I bring up the attack, for example, again, I'm just going to bring up the volume a touch. And then I've increased that release. And of course, I have the high pass filter and the low pass filter. So you can adjust the timbre, you can take the bass out, take the treble out, you can make it sound like it's in a 1950s radio, for example. Completely up to you. And that's the controls. It's really, really straightforward. Click default and it will come back to where it was as well before you made any changes. Now, I don't want to spend a long time playing through the pads because I was really, really keen when I started going through the library. Obviously, exploration is part of the joy of having a new library. So I've played some examples, but I wanted to set myself a 1 hour composing challenge. And I didn't want to limit myself just to Serendipity as well. So I've added a few more Spitfire classics that I use. And I just thought I'd go for some underscore music and see how it plays out. And I've got to admit, elements like the pads I fell in love with, the playable instruments I did. I decided not to actually use any kind of sequence because I'm using some melodic instruments, but the sequencer function is absolutely amazing. So yeah, without further ado, let's just check out the composition. There we have our Serendipity demo, and it is just dreamy goodness. Absolutely love it. And now let's talk about what we are using here. We have, if I just extend there, we have the Stompbox granular pad, the Interstellar cello, banjo flutters pad, Rhodes trem pad, and auto harp, all from Serendipity. And then I've used the Originals Whirly. I love this instrument. It sounds great, and I've made it a bit more cinematic by adding some reverb. It sounds great. My staple Olafur piano, so the felt piano. Easter Island hits, they pop up everywhere. Abbey Road Orchestra, and then for this I use the Mark Tree just to make it sound a bit more magical. And hammers just lightly beating away a bass drum in the background. It all started off with these pads, and the Stompbox granular pad is just absolutely gorgeous. It sounds fairly quiet at the moment. When I bring in the Interstellar cello, we're starting to build this organic thickness, as it were. Then we have the banjo flutters. So that adds some movement, and then the auto harp. It all connects beautifully and just sounds lovely. With the Originals Whirly, we are holding some chords and playing a simple melody, which I will actually unmute this time. So the track is layering up beautifully, and listen to that reverb tail, sounds amazing. If I want to make something sound soundtracky and cinematic, I will always reach for the East Island hits. And as I only had an hour to create this piece of music, I just went straight there. And I will have the Mark tree and the Hammers bass, just so you can hear everything together. So that is all the percussion is doing for this composition. But when we hear it in context together, it just sounds really dreamy. Again, I just love the decay of these instruments. Now, we had the Olafur piano at this point, and I didn't add anything on the inserts, but I did use the inbuilt reverb. So you can see I've brought it up just a touch, so we get that really dreamy sound. I still remember Piano Day in 2019, or was it 18? And it's one of the first Spitfire libraries I bought, and I've used it ever since. So the Olafur toolkit, if you get a chance, it's on Black Friday sale. There's a hint. Definitely worth picking up. So together, everything combined. Really, really simple chords, and we have a minor section here. Now, I've added the Rhodes trem pad. In context, it's absolutely stunning, and it adds an extra layer as well. Then we've got the auto harp, which comes back in. Dramatic pause. And then we go back into the first section. So I did say dramatic pause over this bit. I was actually going to put some kind of instrument or sound here, but because I love the decay so much, I'm just going to play it. If I just go to start the bar here and just hear that decay ring out. It really is a thing of beauty. Now, when I repeat a section, I tend to change something, but really, because I'm going for underscore and just closing off the composition, I just kept everything the same here, apart from the piano and whirly sounds. So I'm just going to play the final section. And again, that decay, it just sounds stunning. I absolutely love Serendipity. My closing thoughts about Serendipity, well, it's just enchanting, it's beautiful. There are sounds in here that just take you off into far away places. If you compose underscore, for example, if you write for movies or video games, the instruments in here are very, very unique, and you're going to get different timbres and different tones. I've absolutely fallen in love with these pads as well, and all of the soundscape work. The melodic instruments are different, they're varied. Of course, there's different ways to tweak them with the various layers as well. It's a really, really interesting and evocative instrument. So if you're looking for pure emotion, this is beautiful. If you want some sounds to make you stand out from the crowd a little bit, again, this is absolutely perfect. If you just want an instrument you can make beautiful music with, again, Serendipity is that instrument for you. You can see it works really well with other instruments, especially those in the Spitfire range, and I really can't wait to use it in an orchestral setting as well, just to see how it stacks up. But for me, great instrument. It's a bargain price. There's so much content in here, and yeah, if you don't fall in love with it too, then I don't know, maybe it's not for you. But it certainly is for me, and I think if you pick it up, you will not be disappointed. All that leaves me to say is thank you so much to Spitfire Audio for sending over the Pianobook creation that is Serendipity. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video, and of course leave a comment. Have you already picked it up? What is your composing experience like? What do you like about the library? What would you use it for? If you've not done so already, please check out our other videos on YouTube, and of course please consider subscribing to the channel. Our viewership is steadily growing. We have lots of videos already on our channel, and of course we have a whole lot more coming your way very, very soon. Until next time, have a great day, take care, and of course keep making the absolutely gorgeous music.